Hey, if you have ever felt like I know I need to do the thing and I just can't make myself do the thing. If you feel stuck, if you are just like, why am I so undisciplined? Why can't I just do it? This is for you. I had lunch with a friend of mine today, and she and I are both business owners. Um, I'd also say that she and I are both the primary breadwinners in our homes. And we are also solopreneurs. So we are not people who are like leading massive teams or leading big businesses. We are individual people who either have coaching programs, a membership, or provide leadership development, which is my case, um, as the sole person in our business. And I name that because in today's world, it is so noisy for solopreneurs, for people who are building their businesses and realizing that we wear so many different hats. During this conversation, one of the things that came up was just like enterprise companies have a marketing division, they have a research and development division, they have like an execution division, they have a sales team. And for us as solopreneurs, it's just us. And our temptation is to be all of those things. It is to be the research and development team. It is to be the marketing team. It is to be the salesperson. It is also to be the person who delivers the work or who does the work. And so we were just kind of talking about how noisy it is to be solopreneurs in this space. And when I say noisy, it's like there's all this information coming at you, whether you are on LinkedIn or Instagram. There's just so much coming at you. It's easy to get caught up in all the things you feel like you need to do. So during our time together at lunch, she was talking about something that she felt like she needed to do in her business. And when I got home, I was like, oh, I want to capture our conversation because I realized that she and I are not the only people who are experiencing this. And I think that there's something that could be really useful for you in this conversation and how we moved from, oh, I need to do that to, oh, shoot, I'm like excited to do that. So here's how the conversation went. She said, and if you're new to me, I just read my notes and talk because we keep it real here. I'm not trying to memorize things or read a transcript. So, welcome. So she said, I need to create a workshop. And all I heard in her statement was the hard I need part of her sentence. And I asked her, do you want to do that? She replied with an emphatic no. I am like a true introvert and I hate all of that talking in front of people, the webinar teaching style. I'm much more of a comfortable facilitating in small groups, kind of like 5 to 6. That sentence did not come out right. I'll reread it just so you get the whole thing. I asked her, do you want to do that? She replied with an emphatic no. I am a true introvert and I hate all of that talking in front of people, the webinar teaching style. I'm much more comfortable facilitating in a small, intimate group of like 5 to 6. And I asked her, I said, so what does that look like? And she explained that that's more of what she does in her membership, that it's less about her and more about the members connecting with each other, and her role being the convener and the person who jumpstarts the conversation with carefully curated questions and thoughtful questions. You could see her energy shifting in her eyes and dancing as she talked about what she obviously loves in her work. So why don't you do that instead of a workshop? And she shared that she does this 4 times a year, and she calls them like open houses for her membership. And she loves it. So what if you ran one of those once a month instead of 4 times a year? Because her goal was to increase the number of people in her membership. And what if you then because we were on the topic of LinkedIn ads, which is how this whole conversation started. So I asked her, I was like, well, what if you ran that open house once a month and used LinkedIn ads to get in front of new people? Create a 3-part welcome series to prepare people for the open house and to gather information you need to match them, and then host your monthly open house and enroll new people every month. The lights were on. Her brain lit up. The smile on her face and the laugh or the chuckle were signs that we were on to something. The ideas began to swirl, and we sat in the quiet and just let them be. So many of us feel stuck in our work or in our business because we are doing what we think we need to do instead of what we want to do or what is aligned for us to do. We think that out there is a better way. We've watched the webinars, been inundated with all of the Facebook and Instagram ads telling us if we just do this one thing, this one webinar, this one challenge, if we just build this funnel or follow this script, that everything will come together. And so we set our sights on doing things that way. And when we find ourselves stalling, stuck, or just dragging our feet on the thing that we've set our sights on, the thing we think we have to do or need to do, we beat ourselves up. We push harder. We lament not being disciplined enough and wonder, why can't I just do the thing? So let me tell you, nothing is wrong with you. From somebody who has said, why can't I just do it? From somebody who has felt like I'm just not disciplined. For somebody who has tried to push her way through. I want to tell you, nothing is wrong with you. Like nothing is wrong with you because you can't make yourself do the funnel. Nothing is wrong with you if you can't make yourself create the workshop. Nothing is wrong with you if you can't do the thing that somebody else is telling you is the magic thing to do. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not undisciplined. You are not lazy. You are not even being unproductive. You are just trying to do your work, following somebody else's blueprint. This is the outside in approach to success. It assumes that someone out there knows better than you how to do what you have been charged and created to do. So rather than tuning into and listening to and following your own inner guidance, your own intuition, you defer to everybody else, trying this strategy and that without getting the results you know are in you to get. So then what's the alternative? The alternative, when you shift from this outside-in approach to success and you move to an inside-out approach, beginning with what's inside of you, that is looking through the lens of significance. That is assuming that you are created with every answer you need to do the thing that you've been called to do on the inside of you. So when you start looking inside yourself, you don't ask, what would somebody else do in this situation? You ask, how would I do this? What method or approach feels aligned to me? If this process was tailor-made for me and my strengths and my interest and how I work best and what excites me, how would this process be if it was tailor-made for me? What would that look like? Then you go and do that. And then how do you know it's the right one, right? Because when there's a lot hanging on the line, when we are the primary breadwinners, when we've come to rely on the money that our business brings in, we don't tend to feel like there is room for error. There's not a lot of margin in there. So while the idea of tuning into yourself and asking, how would I do it? How would this be if I allowed this to be easy? What would I do if I was following my own guidance? That can sound like really good. And your brain is like, okay, that sounds good, but you know those bills. You know those responsibilities. You know what you really want is like certainty, right? The brain tells you that you need to be doing the right thing because anything else is a waste. Nothing is wasted. Okay, so I'm gonna go there. But for your brain who is asking, okay, but how do I know if this is right? Here's how you know. The same way that I knew that this was the path for my friend to take is the same way you can know if this is the right path for you. Her energy shifted. She went from heavy, I need to do this, I don't know why I haven't done this, and you could almost see like her whole body just like shifting downwards. She went from that to, wait, I can I can do this my way. I can just do more open houses. Yeah. So one, you know it's right if your energy soars. If it feels light, exciting, and energizing in your body. And I can hear someone saying, yeah, but how will I know? Right? Like, how will I know this will work? And that need for certainty is a trap. Nothing is certain. Nothing. But here's what I'd like to offer you. If you could build the business, ascend the corporate ladder, write the book, do whatever it is that is in your heart to do, would you rather do it with one hand tied behind your back and a weight around your ankle, constantly looking over your shoulder for approval to make sure that you are doing it right? Or would you prefer to do it with music on, vibing out, both hands, making light, face forward, delighting in the process? Would you rather do it as yourself, or would you rather do it as a replica of someone else? The truth is, you are the blueprint. You have and are the recipe. It's in you. The answers, the process, the directions are in you. The best way to do what you are gifted and called to do is to do it your way. The way you would do it is the best way to do it. So if you are stuck or dragging your feet on something, ask yourself, how would I do this if I believed wholeheartedly in my sufficiency? If I believed wholeheartedly in my sacredness, if I believed wholeheartedly in my sovereignty, that I am the beginning and the end, that there is a God in me that makes me wise, that is all-knowing, if I believed in that version of me, how would I do it? And then go do that. You are the differentiator. Everything that you are called to create, everything that you have a deep desire to do, the guidebook, the instructions are in you. The blueprint is you. My hope in reading this is that you learn to listen to, accept, and honor that voice that is inside of you. And I know that it is terribly difficult to do that when there's so much noise around you. So, my invitation to you is to turn down some of that noise. Turn down your Instagram feed. And by turn down, I mean turn off. Turn down your ringer so that you get fewer disruptions. Turn down your LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn, but I have recently noticed that there's a lot of noise on LinkedIn lately. And so now I go through and I'm kind of unsubscribing from people. I am turning down the noise so that I never lose sight or sound of myself. What I have been charged with bringing to this world, the answers coded in my DNA. My job is to listen to that and to follow that, to trust that. Does it mean that things are going to look different from how everybody else does it? Absolutely. That's the point. My videos, they're not all prettily scripted, and I'm not talking, off the dome all the time and reading a transcript. No. Because somewhere, somebody needs to see me this way. Me doing it any other way is actually doing it wrong. Me doing it this way is absolutely right. The same is true for you. So, here's to tuning in, listening to ourselves, and doing things our way. Hope this helped. See you next time.